You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Brandy.
And welcome to Phil's Gang. It is Friday, Jobs Friday. The economy added 1.4 million jobs in August. Unemployment dropped 8.4% from 10.2%. Now, fake business news networks are so excited about this because they don't want to tell you the real truth. Now, remember, there's some good news here. I don't want to put a wet blanket on this. August marked, for the first time since March, that the unemployment figure, dropped below 10%. Now, that's if you do not count the discouraged workers. Now, the discouraged workers, if you add those back in, the unemployment rate is 18%. So let's think about this. So we had 1.4 million jobs. They tell us the unemployment dropped from 8.4% to from 10.2%. Everybody's excited. Everybody's excited because August marked the first time since March that the unemployment figure dropped below 10%. They're all celebrating. But that's if you turn a blind eye to the discouraged workers. So let's just not think about discouraged workers. They're out there somewhere, but we're not going to count them. But we have to count them. The unemployment rate's 18%. But what really gets me with all this celebrating of this number, 1.4 million jobs, it gets us nowhere. First of all, those jobs are lousy jobs. They're low-paying service jobs to begin with. Even if they're good jobs, the economy is still recovering too slowly. I don't care if those are all doctors and lawyer jobs. God, why don't they just tell the truth what's going on? We are not going to have a quick recovery. I wish they would stop with that, because you're going to be disappointed. And where's the proof? I'll give you the proof. The Federal Reserve said they're going to keep interest rates at least at zero for another 5 years. What are you, nuts? Anytime they're going to keep interest rates at zero for another 5 years. What does that tell you? You think that tells you the economy's booming? It's not. And why? Because our wages are too low. When 33% of our workforce makes less than $20,000 a year, or put it this way, half of our workforce makes less than $30,000 a year, there is the problem. Just for inflation, wages are no higher now than they were 26 years ago. So how are you going to get a recovery? And we're just too slow. It's not, yeah, okay, everybody can be happy about these numbers, but the recovery is just not there. It's too slow. The way you get a quick recovery, if you stop, if the president stops stock buybacks, stops with the zero interest rates. All the zero interest rate does, it encourages the CEOs, their partners on Wall Street, the biggest shareholders, to make sure there's no business investment. It's business investment that drives our economy, that gets the unemployment rate down to 2-3%. It's business investment. Business investment is everything. Your standard of living does not go up unless there's business investment. Who the hell, what CEO wants to do business investment? Put money in their own company, buy new machinery, new factories, anything. Why would they do that? Because CEOs look forward, just like the stock market. When they look forward, what do they see? 5 years, zero rates. That means for 5 years, we're guaranteed the economy's not going to grow. If they thought the economy was going to grow in 5 years, they would never keep rates at zero. How stupid is the Federal Reserve to keep rates at zero? They would have been better off raising rates. That's right, raising rates. Raise rates. At least make people feel the economy's getting better. They lie about it every day. Fake Business News Network lies about it every day. Say the economy's getting better. We're going to have that big boom coming. No, it's not. There's no boom coming. The boom has been for the top 1 percentile who keeps 85% of the stock gains. That's where the boom's been. This whole thing, this whole market, everything they've done is to trigger a rally, stock market rally. Every time they talk about a stimulus, remember the first stimulus was about $3 trillion? That doesn't help the economy. When they send these checks out, and you're going to get a check for $600 a week on top of on top of the $365 check you get unemployed, that doesn't help the economy. That doesn't help the economy. All it does is prop the economy up. There's a big difference between propping the economy up and helping the economy. Stop propping it up. Let's get businesses putting that money back into CapEx, or business investment. How do you do that? First thing you do is stop with the tax cuts. We're giving tax cuts to businesses that don't need tax cuts. How about taking the small business? And remember, the small business is why we're not going to come out of this recovery for a very, very long time. You're not going to come out of this. We're not going to come out of this mess for at least 10 years unless they get smart. Stop with the zero interest rates. Stop giving CEOs that money free so they can do stock buybacks. Make stock buybacks illegal again. Make it a felony again like it used to be. Because it's small businesses that can pull us out. Not big businesses. Not giving them the tax cuts. Small businesses. The first thing we should do is stop all payroll taxes. Number one. Give that extra money to the folks so they can go spend. Small businesses account for 44% of all our economic growth. 44%. That's half of all jobs. We have 160 million people. That's half of the 160 million workforce. And small businesses are getting clobbered because every time the government gives a stimulus, like they're talking about another stimulus now. Remember the $2.3 trillion stimulus? Every time they give a stimulus, all it does is stimulate the big boys going in and buy more stock. That's all. Because it does nothing for the economy to say that it doesn't stimulate the economy. It props up. It's like a Band-Aid. It just props it up. To grow the economy, we need the businesses, the big businesses, to invest into business investment. We need folks who are working for these big businesses start making more money. That's how they make more money. That's how their wages go up, because from business investment, productivity goes up. From productivity goes up, wages go up. And when wages go up for the middle class, they do start up businesses. But instead, what do we have? In March, over 80,000 small businesses closed their doors permanently. But we don't hear that from Fake Business News Network, do we? No. All you're going to hear about today, oh man, look at this, unemployment rate from 10.2 went down to 8.4. What does that mean? Nothing. Doesn't help us. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect
protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, sign up for my free color-coded chart. You should have had that the other day. You know, my color-coded chart identified that this market was going to collapse. It identified whatever stock you're in. If your stock was going to be the one that was going to drop, the first thing, it turned yellow, gave us an advance warning. And then it turned red. Because the color-coded chart has three different colors. First, it's red, which means, hey, get out. And then turn around and sell it short, make money on the way down. Yellow means that something is changing. So let's say it's green. The color code is green. We're buying a stock. It starts turning yellow. It tells us not to sell it yet, but it warns us something's going on. Isn't that nice? You get an advance warning. Do you ever get an advance warning from the dopes you listen to? How about your broker? How about your 401k? Anyone involved with your 401k ever contact you and tell you, wait a minute, there's a warning code, we better do something? Boy, if I were in a 401k right now, I'd be getting all my money out of a 401k in a heartbeat. I would never stay in a 401k. You're going to get clobbered. You're going to get clobbered. You think this pullback, oh, it's over? This is how it works. When crashes start, it takes time. I always tell my members that. When you just don't wake up in the morning, market's down 1,000, it goes down 5,000. Oop, there it is. We're all done. We had the big crash. Doesn't work. It takes a long time. We started to short the market in 1987. The market crashed in October. We started to short it in January. And if you remember, in 2018, I warned everybody, January 16th, 2018. I want everybody to mark down this date, January 16th, today. That Phil Grandy said, on this date, January 16th, this is the beginning of the stock market crash. And it was. And I went on and said that the worst month of the crash is going to be December. I mean, I was like 11 months predicting 11 months out. And guess what? It was the worst month, December. And guess what? I was right. The market dropped 20%. See, it takes time for markets to crash. They don't crash overnight. And the beautiful thing about my color-coded chart, it tracks that. If you don't believe it, I'm giving you my chart free for 10 days. So you see, it works. The color code works. After 10 days, if you don't think so, there's no obligation. You have no contract with us. Just move on with your life and go back and listen to the dopes on Fake Business News Network. These people here like this.
Meanwhile, there are huge haircuts in the hottest stocks in 2020, but it is the question right now, is this simply an overdue pullback, and will investors load up again?
If they do, they're stupid. You're stupid. Don't you ever, when a stock pulls back like this, don't you ever buy it. Wait till it makes a new high. Let me give you an example. If a stock pulls back, let's say your stock's at 20. Let's say your stock was at $10. It went up to $30, and it pulls back now to, let's say, $25. You don't go in and buy it at $25. Wait till it gets above 30. Let it hit 31. Why? Because at 31, that will be a newer high. And when it gets above the old high, where it broke from 30 down to 24 or 23, when it gets back up there and then beyond, then buyers come swarming in because they feel comfortable. Because now it's above that point where it pulled back. Don't ever go in and buy a stock on a pullback. And don't ever cost average down. Buy more of it. That itself should be a felony. But I want to get back to, if you really think about this economy recovering, stop listening to these people. What makes our economy up is entrepreneurs. What makes our economy up is the middle class who start up businesses. But the middle class have been screwed by Baby Bush and by Obama, especially Obama and Biden. They put out a historic number of rules and regulations that cost $100 billion a year for small businesses. Regulations choked the hell out of small businesses. Terrible. So small businesses is what drives the economy. And right now, small businesses, and your town, you know what they are. You know your little small business. They account for 44% of the economy. What everybody talks about is what? Google, Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla. That's all they talk about. I said the other day, why don't we get rid of all the stocks? No more S&P 500, no more Dow 30. Let's just have the market, we'll call it the fool's 6 stocks. That's it. That should be the market, 6 stocks. Why do you need any more stocks? Everybody's in those stocks. Why do you think it goes down so fast? Why do you think we had such a crash here yesterday? Because you got every dope in these stocks that shouldn't be in them. We were taking profits on the way up. Every Friday, we call it Profit-Taking Friday. But the problem we've got right now, we have 80,000 small businesses close. We got another 60,000 that are almost ready to close, filing bankruptcy. This is terrible. And bankruptcies are going to rise 36% higher than in 2008, 2009. Are you kidding? We got to help the small business. Get the small business going. Stop with the stimulus. Stimulus doesn't help the economy. The stimulus hurts the economy because we're directing our money in the wrong direction. The stimulus only pushed stocks up because as soon as they announce the stimulus, everybody starts buying all of these same stocks. And all that does is prop up the economy. It doesn't help anybody. More when I come back. And we'll talk about stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1 900-020.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month? philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
What I saw in the jobs report this morning was very reassuring, and your earlier guest, Kate Moore, used an excellent word. She said satisfying. I think it was satisfying, both from an investor perspective, where we know what the longer term may look like now, and from a personal perspective.
Unbelievable. What a dope. Unbelievable. Are you kidding? Let's put it in a real perspective. The job numbers made her feel good? Are you kidding me? How can you? The job numbers are telling us the economy is recovering way too slow.
And that's why they got to keep interest rates at 0 for 5 more years. You know why she said it makes her feel good? Because she knows with interest rates at 0 for 5 more years, they're going to have to do more stimulus to prop up the economy again by sending people checks, unemployment checks on top of their other unemployment checks, sending small businesses checks. None of that helps the economy. Yes, it props it up, but doesn't grow it. When I say help the economy, we need good jobs. If good jobs are being created quickly, then our standard of living go up. Now you got a recovery. That's not what's going on. Hasn't been going on since 2008. We've been propping up jobs since 2008. But everybody thinks, look at the market's going up, so that's got to be the economy. No. And where do good jobs come from? Small businesses. Over 72% of our jobs come from small businesses. Those are your best jobs. Remember, these small businesses account for 44% of our economic activity, our growth. But the problem we got right now is as long as you don't have the big businesses taking money and putting it into CapEx or business investment, then what happens is it doesn't get, we don't get the productivity there first, which increases wages, and then the wages for the middle class, they take that money and they're the ones who do the startup businesses, the middle class. But we've wrecked the middle class, and that's why small businesses are contracting terribly. And if you don't have this, you got to make sure they should be setting a law, no more stock buybacks. So these companies, again, stop going out every day and buying their own stock. They got to stop them from doing that. Force them to put money back into CapEx. There we go. Put it back in. And no more tax cuts for them unless the windfall from the tax cuts goes back into CapEx, business investment. From there, when the big boys start growing, then our middle class, they have more money. See, it's the disposable income from the middle class that grows America because they grow the business. The businesses in your town, the small business, that's what keeps us alive. That's what drives your standard of living. But that's gone, and it's going to get worse. During this pandemic, 80,000 small businesses already closed. 60,000 are in the process of. We need good jobs. How are we going to get them? Remember, in this virus, when they say they're going to do this stimulus to help the low-wage worker, the stimulus, the very person they say they're going to help, they hurt the most with the stimulus. Because all the stimulus does is prop them up for a while, but the top 1 percentile stocks start soaring every time there's a stimulus, and they collect 85% of the gains. Now, the guy who is getting some stimulus, he's keeping his head above water. That's all. That's all he's doing. So how do you make money when this is going on? Well, first of all, I told my members about a month ago, I said, let's start buying the stocks that nobody wants. Let's start rotating our money and start rotating it out into the stocks that got beaten up. And guess what 2 stocks led the S&P 500 stocks yesterday? The 2 best stocks. The 2, I got them in when it turned green on my color-coded chart. The cruise lines. CCL, Carnival Cruise, and CLH, Norwegian. I had them in these 2 stocks long before anybody else, because I knew that these stocks, the big institutions who have made a lot of money on all these big tech stocks, they knew these big tech stocks were over. It was over. My God, you can't have PE ratios this high. I mean, who's going to keep buying these stocks? They're insane. They're not going to keep buying these stocks. The valuations are just crazy. Just totally nuts. Our debt continues to grow. We're spending more than we take in every month, every hour. There's no money for infrastructure. If we want to go build infrastructure, we got to borrow it. We got to print it. That means who gets hurt? The person who's making less than $65,000 a year or less. Because every time they print money, the dollars in their wallet, their purchasing power goes down. They need more pieces of paper to buy what they bought the previous week. So if you want to make money, remember what the Federal Reserve is doing. They're creating inflation by dropping interest rates to zero. Remember, they control the Federal Reserve. The interest rates, the banking cartel, the top 1/100th of 1%, which we always refer to as our owners. And then below them, they take care of the top 1%. Everything's for them. That's why you always hear stock market, stock market, stock market. You got to be in the stock market. Now, guess what? You wouldn't have had a worry when these stocks pulled back yesterday. Not at all. Because first of all, if you were with us, you would have been in CCL. You would have already taken money out of Microsoft. You would have already taken money out of Apple, Netflix, all those stocks. Also, we had people rotate into the airlines. One little airline we like a lot is Save. Another one is a Hawaiian airline, a little regional Hawaiian airline. Boy, does that look nice, looking really good. If that starts breaking out, it just turned green. If that gets above gets above $14.55, that'll be a nice stock. It's $13.82. It turned green. And the beautiful thing is when the market dropped yesterday, 1,020 points at its peak, you know the stock didn't go down. So that tells you the selling is done on a lot of these airline stocks. So we track that. And don't forget, every day at 2 o'clock, if you're a member, we post our portfolio of stocks. And then we tell you exactly what to do with each individual stock. Nobody does that for you. Nobody. Are you kidding? For $39.95 a month? What are you, nuts? Nobody does that. Another great stock that we've been following and have our members start buying is American Airlines. Because when the market went down, again, every time it went down, these guys stopped going down. When we had 200-point days, 300-point days, it stopped going down. That means the sellers are gone. It's turned green. And when American Airlines gets above, let's say, $15.35, wow, that's going to be a great stock. If you just take those two stocks, if all you did is bought the S&P 500 stocks with us, you'd be up over 24% return right now. But I don't want you to buy it because we're up 24%. That's not the reason. Anybody can buy stocks because they go up. They're going up 85% of the time. Oh, okay, we had the crash yesterday. But you're going to have all these dopes coming back in trying to buy these stocks again. Let them. And then it's going to fail bigger. It's going to have a much bigger failure the second time they tried moving these back up. I'll talk about that when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so if you want to make money in this market, you got to follow it. It's that simple. Do not believe the economy is going to be in a recovery. We're not going to see a recovery for a very long time. But it doesn't mean you can't make money. You just got to be in the right stocks. You got to follow the money. That's what we do every day. That's what our color-coded chart does. It follows the money. If you don't believe it, I'm going to give it to you for 10 days. And you'll see it does. You don't have to pay anything for it. Why don't you try it? But the one thing we got to understand is until we get good jobs, and then where the good jobs come from, small businesses, and until we can stop the zero financing and stock buybacks, we can't go to the banks and borrow money. Why? Because it's too expensive. Why? Because the government's borrowing too much money. See, here's the problem. The government, they think they can fix the economy. The government's, no matter what they're terrible at anything they do. They're awful. That's not their job, to grow the economy. That's our job. Their job is to make sure you don't choke me with regulations. Your job is to make sure we have access to fairly priced money. That's your job. When they get in and start building the economy, look what Obama did. He built a welfare system. That's all he was building. They can't build anything. And never mind just Obama. Look at baby Bush. He was bad. So The only thing you can do, okay, well, I mean, just think about it. Here we're in this terrible situation with our economy. Very few people are making money because it's been rigged that way. So if you have extra money and you want to put it to work, because inflation's killing you. Inflation is killing. Remember, the Federal Reserve is inflating the stock market because it can't go up without them inflating it, meaning print money, buy treasuries to drive down long-term rates. That's why you have the 30-year fixed rates at 2.5%. And they're saying, well, look at the economy, boy. Look, everybody's buying mortgages. I mean, everybody's buying homes. Good luck. All these people that are buying homes, they're going to get killed. Anybody buying a home right now because of the 2.5% and prices are going up, just like cars, used cars, right? There's very few used cars around now. Nobody can afford a new one, so everybody's going for a used car. So used cars have a premium on it. Some of them are about $6,000, $7,000 more than they were a month ago, 2 months ago. They're going to get killed. So anybody buying a house or car, you're going to get you're dead. You better. I hope you put down 30% on a house if you're going to buy a house, at least 30%, because you're going to lose 30%. If you go in and buy a house and you only put 10% on it, you're going to lose 30%. No way around it. Because this market is going to collapse. But in the meantime, we're going to make all the money we can as the Federal Reserve is rigging the market, continuing interest rates low. And we just got to be in the right stocks. And we are. We rotated out of our big stocks into our airlines. Oh, and the banks. Banks. Remember when Buffett got out of the banks? They all dropped, right? Now there's some good deals in the banks. But what you want to be is to make sure you're in the regional banks. But you got to buy them when you have a buy signal. You just don't go and buy them now. KRE is the ETF, okay, where you can own all the regional banks, like Key. Now, Key is a wonderful little bank. The pattern's coming in beautifully. It went from red to green. Money's coming in. They're starting to buy it. See, all the big boys are rotating their money out of the big tech stock because they know it's over. And they're coming now back into the banks. Key Bank's a great bank. Turned green. I already told my members, when Key Bank gets above 1355, then you want to make sure you're in it. 1355. But more important is we know when to get out of it. As 85% we don't know when to get out. But that's a good so in other words, if you take the banks, if you take by the way, energy right now, a lot of the oil's down right now because the refiners this time of the year, they always shut the refiners down to clean them. So the oils are going to go lower. That's going to be great. Okay, and that means we're even going to get better buys on the oils on the way back up again. But the service sectors, the refiners, the drillers, they're unbelievable prices. I mean, just giving the stuff away. And my God, I mean, these are just unbelievable prices. I mean, take a look at MRO. Are you kidding me? Or take a look at Hess. I mean, you'll never see this again. Hess, $4.95. What are you, nuts? The stock dropped from $14. That is a gift. Now, what we're seeing is relative strength. That's what we have to look for. Every time the market goes down, we want to make sure this is holding. It doesn't drop much. Like the other day when the market went down 1,000 points, right? We found a lot of good relative strength stocks, meaning stocks that did not drop. Those are the stocks that are going to go up when the market goes back up, all relative strength stocks. But getting back to my banks, Regionals Bank is another great bank, RF. But you got to know when to get in and when to get out. And that's what we do here. And you don't even have to learn. If you don't want to learn, you don't have to. Just take the color-coded chart, and then at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when we post a video on each one of our portfolio, every stock in our portfolio. Let me ask you, in your 401k, do they give you a video on every stock that's in your 401k so you know what it's doing every day? We do.
We do. Think about that. Every day, we do a video on our stocks and our portfolio. So our members who are busy, that's why we call it the Working Investor Group, because they're busy, they don't have to do anything. They just go to the video. We post it at 2 o'clock. Let's say they come home from work 5:30, 6 o'clock. They have supper and, just take a couple minutes, go in and watch the video. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell, when to short, when not to add, when to add. It works beautiful. But before I run out of time, again, please remember St. Jude. If you join our gang and you start making money, and you will, if you use the color-coded chart, I don't know how you're not going to. Now, people always go off the reservation, right? They join, they don't pay attention. I understand that. But if you join and pay attention, and if you are getting involved with the color-coded chart, you're going to have it made. If you just have the patience and don't go off the reservations and do exactly what we tell you to do with each stock. I mean, how much better could that be? So right now, we are looking at the cruise lines, the airlines, the banks. Please join my gang for the next 10 days and be part of these beaten down stocks. If you're in the big guys and the big tech stocks and you think you're going to go and buy them now and you got a good deal because they fell, look, they're going to rally again, no question about it. It's how it works. We may get a triple top before it drops severely, or we may get a second top, a lower high. In other words, what we do is we'll go take a look at Apple and we'll get a signal, for example. Let's put up, I'll put up Apple for you. So we'll put up Apple, and Apple dropped, okay, big time, right? It dropped from, now remember, it's still green. What does that mean? Well, the drop that it had from a high of 138 down to 110, she shot right back up to 121. It didn't turn red because there wasn't enough sellers. So if you started to short it, you're nuts, because you should have waited till it turns red. But the only time you buy Apple now is when it gets above its high of 137.98 on September 2nd. Don't buy it now at 121.57. You think, gee, I better get it 121.57 before it gets to 125. No, don't think like that. Let it break out. Let it break out. Get above the high of 137.98. That's right before it collapsed. That's where you buy. And if you have the color-coded chart, it'll be green. It'll tell you buy, sell, or not. So check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Sign up. And again, have a great weekend. We'll be back here on Tuesday. And please, remember, help the kids of St. Jude. All right? We'll help you. You help them. All right, we'll see you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.